Well, hi there pluckers, Arthur Sawfingers back with you again for what will hopefully be an interesting lesson, if not slightly tricky. This is my take on a single guitar arrangement of Be My Friend from Free, of course, which hopefully you've seen my playthrough I did yesterday. If you haven't, please check it out so you can see hopefully what I'm about to try and show you how to play. Standard tuning. No capos, doing it in the same key as the original recording, which is B flat minor. Okay, so starting off with the intro, a relatively simple one. It's okay. So what am I doing there? So I'm barring the 6th fret of the 4th and 3rd strings, like that. Okay. And I'm just hitting the 4th and 3rd strings, okay? So you hit those 2 strings there, and you hammer up, just after you've hit the 2 strings, you hammer up to the 8th fret of the 4th string with your 3rd finger. So just the 4th string and 3rd string, okay? Then take off the finger, the 3rd finger, and just play the 2 strings on the bar on the 6th fret. 4th string and 3rd string, okay, so it's then what you do is exactly the same thing but on the 5th string and the 4th string, barring on the 6th fret. Play those 2 strings, hammer up to the 8th fret on the 5th string with your 3rd finger, then take the 3rd finger away, play the 5th string and 4th string on the 6th fret, so you got and then we've got this little E flat partial chord. So I'm playing the way I play it. The 1st finger's playing the 3rd fret of the 3rd string, the G string. 2nd finger's playing the 4th string on the 5th fret, and my 3rd finger's playing the 6th fret of the 5th string. Okay, so I'm just playing those 3 strings, 5, 4 and 3. Okay, so now you've got the whole intro. Okay, now this is also played between the 1st verse and the 2nd verse, and also I used it as the outro. Okay, so it's quite a useful bit. Okay, multi-purpose. Okay, so that's the intro. Bit of a pause, and then we go into the 1st verse, and you play this riff, which is probably the iconic part of the song. Okay, quite tricky, but perseverance. Okay, and on most versions I've heard, they play it 4 times before the singing comes in. Okay, so I'm only going to do it twice to keep the time sensible. Okay, so this is the riff. Okay. Okay, so what am I doing? Now, I'm barring the first 4 strings on the 6th fret with the 1st finger. And you strum that chord, and immediately you strum, you hammer up with your 3rd finger to the 8th fret of the 4th string. Okay? Got that? Keeping it there, that do another couple strums on that, so with that 3rd finger on this 8th fret. So it's then what you do on the next strum, you hit it again, but this time you pull off back to the bar. Okay, so you've got that. Now you do some more strums just on the bar. Okay, so it's gentle strums, not big strums, just gentle strums, subtle. Okay. So it's like da da da, just the 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings really. Okay. Now what you do is a quick up and down strum on the, just say the top 2 strings, or the top 3 strings. something like that on the bar, just the bar, okay? So it's slowly. And you finish it off with this. Okay, so what you're doing there, 6, so again, it's basically a slide on the 3rd finger. I'm using my 3rd finger, goes from 8 on the 5th string to 10, okay? Right? From 8 to 10 on the 5th string, slide it with the 3rd finger. Then the 1st finger bars the 8th fret of the 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings, like that. So you got, then you hit the 4th string, so it's on the 8th fret, and then what I tend to do is hit the 3rd string and the 2nd string on the 8th fret together as like a double note. So it's like, right? You could arpeggiate it and just do that if you wanted to, but I generally play it like that. Got that? So slide from 8 to 10 on the 5th, bar goes on, 1st finger across the 8th fret of the 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings, and you play the 4th string and then the 3rd string and 2nd string together. So now you've got this. Alright, so you got that again? I think actually it's I think maybe the arpeggiate is better, like that, something like that, right? That's what I tend to do, like that. I think that's what I tend to do. So it's like slide, 4th string, and I'm hitting all 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings together as one strum. Okay, so it's right. So that's that's like that. So it's slide, 4, 3, strum. Just realised what I'm actually playing. It's automatic. So once again, let's do the whole thing then. Sorry to confuse you. Right, got that? Right. Really slow it down now. Okay, so that's the iconic riff really. Okay, I mean you can adapt it to your own likings. Okay, that's just a building block for you. So you play that 2 times or 4 times after the intro, and then the singing comes in and you continue playing that riff. Okay, so let's go from, I'll play it twice before the singing comes in. Okay, so we got intro, bit of a pause, and then we hit the riff. All I need is a friend. Then we got that little double note riff. And what that is, it's very simple. It's basically the 5th string and 4th string played together on the 6th fret. You can either do it with a bar like that or 2 fingers, whatever. 6th fret of the 5th string and 4th string, just those 2 strings. And it's a combination of going up to the 8th fret together, like. Alright, so it's just the same 5th string and 4th string on the 6th fret and then the 8th fret and then back again. Okay, so it's. you end up with this one, which is the first fret of the 5th string along with the 3rd fret of the 4th string. Just the 5th string and 4th string, okay? So it's right, so from the beginning, okay, we'll try and do put that up to where we got to, okay? So from the beginning, all I need is a friend. Okay, I'll do it slowly. Okay, so I'll do it even slower. All I need is a friend. Okay, now comes another quite tricky bit. Okay, someone to kiss. So this is like an F minor 7 shape. I'm borrowing the 8th fret of the first 5 strings, not playing the bottom E string, okay? And so that's a bar with your first finger, 8th fret, top 5 strings. Second finger is playing the 9th fret of the 2nd string, the B string, and my 3rd finger is playing the 10th fret of the 4th string, the D string. And it starts off with this hammer. You play the chord, right, 5 downwards, and you hammer into this 4th string on the, so it's open to start with, so you've just got that shape, okay, and then you strum it and put this 3rd finger hammer into the 10th fret of the 4th string. Okay, so you've got someone to help, and then what it does, it says, keeping that shape, you hammer into the 11th fret of the 4th string with your pinky. So it's, and then another couple of hits with it, the pinky on there on the 11th fret. So it's back to that shape, and then you play take the 2 fingers away, just leave the bar, and play the 4th string on the bar, which is the 8th fret, and then finally pinky goes up and plays the 11th fret of the 5th string. So it's a bit hard to show you this, but this is it. Play that even slower if I can. So the last 2 notes are the 8th fret of the 4th string and the 11th fret of the 5th string. Okay, and then the next bit is fairly straightforward. It's another one of those double stops on the 6th fret of the 5th string and 4th string and the 8th fret of the 5th string and 4th string. So it's just those 2, the 6th and the 8th. Okay, so it's, okay, so far, okay, so right from the beginning. All you need is a friend, someone to give a helping hand. Okay, and it starts all over again. When I'm afraid, someone to squeeze me and tell me it's alright. And then what happens then is it plays the intro again. Because what goes that someone to squeeze me, tell me it's alright. So you play the intro again, okay? And that's the end of this, what I call the first part of the verse, okay, or the first verse. So once again, we'll do that whole thing, okay? So here we go. Sorry. All I need is a friend, someone to give me a helping hand when I'm afraid in the night. Someone to squeeze me and tell me it's alright. Okay, so that's your first verse, so to speak. Then it goes into the second verse and it starts off and plays much the same. Okay, so the only thing is where it would go, that where you go into the first, at the end of the first verse you go, you don't do that the second time round, you do that one again. You do that one again, okay? So it's second verse is after you've done the after the first verse, right? You know I worry such a lot. You and I would give you all I got just to have someone believe in me, just to do that, put me back on an A&B. Okay, so that's your first two verses, and then it goes into the chorus. Right, the chorus starts on a B flat minor. Baby, be my friend. That's basically a bar on the top three strings, 6th fret, and the 8th fret of the 5th string and 4th string. You could use a full bar chord if you wanted to. I tend to use just 5 downwards, okay? Baby, baby, be my friend. And this is like a D flat with F in the bass, okay? So it's just the bar again, top 4 strings, 6th fret. And your third finger is playing the 8th fret of the 5th string, the A string. 5 downwards, don't play the 6th string, okay? So it's baby, baby, be my friend. Baby, baby, and this is an E flat 7, okay? So you know it's like a C7 shape, like your C chord, you put your pinky on that 3rd string, 3rd fret to make it a C7. Exactly the same shape as that, but used there instead. So the first finger is on the 4th fret of the 2nd string. Okay, so it's exactly the same shape as a C7, but it's there. Okay, so that's the 3rd chord. So it's baby, baby, be my friend, then the D flat with the F in the bass. Then the E flat 7th, baby, baby. And then you would go into E flat minor, and all you do is you keep these 2 fingers from the E flat 7, the 3rd finger and pinky stay exactly where they are, take the other 2 off, and just put your first finger on that 4th fret of the 4th string, the D string. Okay, so you've got 4th fret of the D string, 6th fret of the 5th string, 6th fret of the 3rd string. Just play those 3 strings, 5, 4 and 3. Okay, so it's baby, baby, be my friend. baby, baby, be my... Back to the... then we've got this little riff, sorry. Right, so it's that slide again, 6th fret of the 5th string and 4th string, sliding up to the 8th fret, and then you hit that 8th fret of the 4th string, so it's right, and then 2 hits on that 6th fret of the bottom E string. Alright? And then there's a bass bit comes in there, but I just put like that. So I'm playing the way I did it was to play the 6th fret of the 4th string, and then to the bottom E string 4th fret. So it's like right. Right, so it's the 6th fret of the 4th string and the 4th fret of the bottom E string. That's right, so it's... and then you repeat, okay? Baby, baby, be my friend, I will love you to the end, okay? And then it goes back into the main riff again. So it's I will love you to the end. Goes back into that another couple of times, and then it goes into the next verse. You make me feel, that sort of thing, okay? So you got that. So you come out of that that's a chorus again, the whole thing. Baby, baby, be my friend. Baby, baby, be my friend. Baby, baby, be my friend. I will love you to the very end. You make me feel, and so on, okay? And it's basically another verse, just one verse this time, and you go into the chorus again, be my friend, that sort of thing, baby, be my friend. And that's when I tended to finish it. There's a bit more to it. Obviously there's a solo, which I can't go into because I've only got one guitar, okay? But there's a lead solo there. If we've got a friend who can play the lead solo, off you go. It's just the verse section, I think, okay? Well, I think the solo might be over the chorus actually. I'm not sure, can't remember. But anyway, so there we have it. So that's basically it. And then I came out to the final chorus. Be my friend, yeah, baby, be my friend, baby, baby, I love you to the end. And I just went into the intro again. And that's how I finished it, okay? So I hope that makes sense to you. It's not the easiest song to show somebody that, but hopefully you'll make some sense out of what I've just shown you. Thanks very much for watching, listening. See you in my next lesson. Bye for now.